Welcome to HardHat Engineer. In this video, you'll learn about the difference between API 5L Grade B and ASTM, a 106 Grade B pipe. I will explain various aspects, such as the manufacturing process, grades, chemical and mechanical properties, and applications of these two pipe materials to highlight their differences and similarities. Let's get started. ASTM, a 106 standard, is specifically for seamless carbon steel pipes used in high-temperature services. API 5L standard covers both seamless and welded steel pipes that are primarily used for the pipeline transportation systems in the petroleum and natural gas industries. A 106 has three grades, A, B, and C, with grade B being the most common. These grades reflect differences in the mechanical properties like tensile strength and yield strength. API 5L has multiple grades, including grade A, B, X42, X52, X60, X65, X70, etc. The X grades represent higher strength pipes, with numbers indicating the minimum yield strength in KSI. For example, X52 has a minimum yield strength of 52,000 psi. Further, API 5L pipes are available in two product specification levels, PSL1 and PSL2. Now, here on this table, you can see the key chemical composition of a 106 and API 5L grade B. Starting with the carbon content, a 106 grade B has a slightly higher maximum carbon content of 0.3%, whereas API 5L grade B is limited to 0.28%. This slight difference can influence the strength and weldability of the materials, with higher carbon content generally increasing strength but reducing weldability. Next is manganese, where API 5L grade B allows for a higher manganese content with a range up to 1.2% compared to a 106 grade B, which has a more restricted range of 0.29–1.06%. Higher manganese levels can improve strength and toughness, but it may also increase the difficulty in machining. For sulfur, which can affect the material's brittleness, a 106 grade B allows a maximum sulfur content of 0.035%, while API 5L grade B permits a slightly lower maximum of 0.03%, making API 5L grade B potentially less prone to sulfur-induced brittleness. When you look at silicon, it's notable that a 106 grade B specifies a minimum silicon content of 0.1%, which plays a role in improving material strength and resistance to oxidation. API 5L grade B, however, does not have a minimum silicon requirement. API 5L grade B allows a higher maximum of 0.5% chromium compared to a 106 grade B's limit of 0.4%. Higher chromium content can enhance corrosion resistance. Finally, the copper content. API 5L grade B allows up to 0.5%, whereas a 106 grade B limits copper to 0.4%. Copper can improve corrosion resistance, especially in harsh environments. If you want to learn more about the various types of piping materials and their inspection processes, you can check my full course. It is extremely affordable with lifetime access and comes with a 30 days, no question asked money back guarantee. So don't forget to check. The link is given in the description. Here, you can see the tabular comparison of mechanical properties. Starting with tensile strength, both a 106 grade B and API 5L grade B has the same minimum requirement of 415 megapascals. This means both materials are designed to withstand similar levels of maximum stress before breaking, making them comparable in terms of overall strength. However, there is a slight difference in yield strength, which indicates the stress at which a material begins to deform permanently. A 106 grade B has a minimum yield strength of 240 megapascals, while API 5L grade B has a slightly higher minimum yield strength of 245 megapascals. When it comes to elongation, which measures how much a material can stretch before breaking, API 5L grade B offers better ductility with an elongation of 23%. Compared to 20% for a 106 grade B. Please note that there is no percent value mentioned in API 5L, but based on the equation given in the specification, this value is taken. If you've noticed that both materials are nearly identical, with differences falling within a very narrow range, most pipe manufacturers will provide a material certificate that meets the requirements of both the API 5L and ASTM A106 standards. This is known as dual certification as shown here in the sample certificate. As far as application is concerned, API 5L grade B is commonly used for pipeline transportation of hydrocarbons as well as in the process plant piping. On the other hand, ASTM or 106 grade B is widely used in high temperature applications of various process plants such as refineries, chemical plants and power plants. This is the end of the video. Please like and share this video and don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the next one. If you have a video topic in mind, drop it in the comments below. Thanks for watching and see you next time.